Hello everyone, my name is Jason Lamb, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Centrecourt, and I'm here to host you and take you through Centrecourt's next, newest, exciting project, Westline Condominiums. So without further ado, let's get started. Now I always get asked, what makes a Centrecourt site so special? Because it's always about location, location, and location. And from site A to B, it doesn't matter, we always prioritize public transportation, growth potential, vital infrastructure, landmark institutions, elite employment, and obviously lifestyle and convenience. That's what makes up what we prioritize when it comes to sites, because we look at over 200 every year. And here at Westline, we check off every single box. Now we asked 100 real estate professionals, what's the most exciting condominium amenity? What gets them excited? In fact, more importantly, what gets their purchasers excited? Why do they register? Why do they submit a worksheet? And ultimately, why do they buy condominiums with Centrecourt? And what stood at the top of the list is a common theme, which is public transportation, the life force, the lifeblood of the GTA. But whether it's public transportation, whether it's expansive outdoor space, nearby shopping, or highway access, Westline Condominiums has it all. Every single Centrecourt project has a number of key selling points, things that make everyone so excited. And here at Westline, it is no different. We've got 5 that we want you to take away from today's presentation. And the first is that Downsview is the future. Without a doubt, the master plan surrounding this community is going to redefine the GTA. And the biggest reason is public transportation, which is number 2. We've got access to Shepherd West Subway and Downsview Go as part of the GTA's largest master plan that we have ever seen. And York University is only 3 stops away, which makes just a few minutes from Westline. And not to mention, at your doorstep, your backyard is a 291-acre park known as Downsview Park. Now let's talk about our location. Westline Condominiums is located at 1100 Shepherd Avenue West, which could be found on the northwest side of Allen Road and Shepherd West. There you're going to find a 14-story building housing 424 suites with over 12,000 square feet of amenities. Now what makes this a true Centrecourt site is our proximity to the subway. We love public transportation. Why? Because our purchasers love public transportation. It is a gateway to the rest of the city. And door to door from Westline Condos to Shepherd West Subway, it's a very short walk. In fact, it's only a 5-minute walk, which is 450 meters door to door. Now, not too long ago, we saw the extension of the Young University subway line go all the way up to the VMC. And nobody knows the Vaughan Metropolitan Center better than Centrecourt because we did Transit City 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in partnership with Smart Centers. Now, as we go south, we also have access to York University, home to 55,000 students. And then after that, you've got Finch West. Now, why would we talk about Finch West? Now, Finch West is going to play a big part in our story when it comes to growth and potential. Under construction right now is an 18-stop, 11-kilometer-long LRT, which will be completed in 2023. This is how you grow a city. This is how you grow master plans. And this is going to play a huge role for Westline's growth. Now, let's jump back on the subway and continue southward, where we've got access to Yorkdale Mall. This is the epicenter. This is where you want to shop in the entire GTA. This is the place to be. There's nowhere else you'd rather go because of the quality, the reputation, and the expansion that's taken place there. This is the premier shopping center. And then we continue to the Eglinton LRT. And then we can always get down to the Bloor Line and Union Station. What I'm trying to say is, no matter what happens, the moment you enter the door for $3.25, you can get to endless possibilities. Now that we understand just how close we are to Shepherd West Subway, I want to introduce a whole other form of public transportation that is rarely talked about that has huge potential. We are a 15-minute walk to Go at Downsview, which also has a subway connection. And this is paramount because we don't just now have access to the subway line and the network within that, we now have access to all of GO Train's line and that network, and that is truly remarkable. Now, for those of you tuning in, how many stops do you think it takes to go from Downsview Go to Union Station? Now, think about it. The answer is 1. You only need 1 stop to go from Downsview Go to Union Station, which is the epicenter of our financial core. And that is unprecedented, because look at this map, you can see just how far we can now go beyond the subway line. And this is trailblazing. This is where you want to build a big master plan community around. So why is this important? When you pair the GO train with the subway access, with highway access, the reason why it's important is because this is where the city wants to build. This is where developers want to develop. And that makes this one of the best opportunities in the entire GTA. Now, there's been a number of developments in the surrounding area over the last decade, and it's important to understand what's been taking place. And I want to show you, because you're going to be shocked at how much is taking place in the immediate area. Now, over the last little while, we've seen a number of projects come online, and today, there's over 2,500 suites under construction right now. And under applications, there's over 4,000 units ready to come to market. Now, over the last decade, we've seen over 6,800 suites finished and completed. And this represents 12,000 units. Why are people coming here? Why are developers acquiring land? The most exciting part about this is coming up next, and I'm about to tell you exactly why. Westline is going to be part of the GTA's largest master plan community ever. And this is what gets me the most excited when we talk about Westline. Now, we often talk about master plan communities, but the truth is, this is a true mega redevelopment. This isn't your normal master plan community where a lot of people refer to as 2 or 3 condominium buildings. This is truly groundbreaking and requires so much more in terms of land development, community centers, residential aspects, parks, roads, schools. All of those components are a real, true master plan community, and that's what we see here at Downsview. Now, we have a ton of examples throughout the GTA that represent master plan communities, and they vary in size from downtown Toronto all the way to Markham, and they pale in comparison. So I want to show you what 1,000 acres truly looks like in the GTA. Now let's go downtown. What does 1,000 acres look like? Well, I'll tell you. All the way from Bloor Street down to front between Spadina and Yonge Street. That's 1,000 acres. That is essentially all of downtown Toronto. And that's what we're bringing to the Downsview area. When you surround that with GO train, subway, and highway, this is a recipe for success. Now, I want you to take a moment and just consider, in that space, how many condominium buildings there are, how many office towers, how many people come and go in such a massive space, and we're going to bring that to the Downsview community. And we talk about what's going to happen in the future, but what's more important, I want you to look at this chart, is what is there today right now? What can we build around? And it's unequivocal. This is the future of the GTA. When you're dealing with 1,000 acres and you think about the scale, the size, the epicness of this opportunity, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. And it doesn't happen overnight, and you can't do it alone. Now, what makes up this 1,000 acres is a subset of 8 communities that bring all this together. So here in this image, you can see where Westline is relative to this community. As you can see, right by Shepherd West subway station. At the foot of this 1,000-acre master plan community is the Yorkdale revitalization. And not far away, we see the Wilson Heights redevelopments. Allen Road has seen a ton of built-up condominiums come to the market as of late, followed by Shepherd Chestwood, the Keele Street revitalization. And in the middle, our very backyard, steps from Westline, is Downsview Park, home to 291 acres of a ton of fun. But at the foot of all of this, the crown jewel is the Northcrest lands, which represents 520 acres at your very doorstep. And when you look at all of this, when you pull it all together, it represents over 42,000 residents, stretched over 1,000 acres. And you've got this 291-acre park in Downsview. What they're going to do is they're going to bring over 12 million square feet for employment and office space, which represents more than 25,000 jobs, which is 6 times the amount of jobs that are there today. This is growth. This is potential. This is exciting. And that's why you want to get into Westline. Now let's take a deeper look at what's happening in the Northcrest lands, which happens to be the crown jewel of this 1,000-acre master plan community. It's no secret that big things are coming to the Northcrest lands, so much so that it'll redefine how we live, work, and play in the GTA. And Westline Condominiums gives you a ground floor opportunity to invest in this massive opportunity. How massive, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Now that we understand what 1,000 acres looks like, let's narrow in on what 520 acres looks like at the foot of Westline condominiums. Let's go back downtown to understand the scale. Now, between Spadina and Church, from Dundas Street to Front, that is what 520 acres look like. Now let's take a step back and truly appreciate how many people live, how many people work, how many people move around this space. This is redefining. This is going to completely change how we view real estate in the GTA. What we see taking place here at Downsview completely redefines the term master plan community. Another reason why we're so excited about this opportunity here at Westline is our proximity to York University, an institution you can't simply build overnight, which is home to over 7,000 faculty members and 55,000 students. Most of these people have to commute, and we can cut down an average of a 56-minute commute down to 5 minutes. This stable institution is going to play a pivotal part in our long-term growth. Now, it doesn't just stop there. We're not just close to York University, we're across from Centennial College, Seneca, Humber College with the new Finch LRT expansion. We have access to the premier post-secondary education platforms, and that's what makes this such a great opportunity when it comes to the rental and resale market. So we've covered transit, we've covered highway, shopping, institution, a huge master plan community, and now I'm ready to talk about the final piece of the puzzle that makes Westline the most exciting development in 2021, and that is Downsview Park. You now have access to 291 acres that redefines a sense of park, community, and inclusiveness. This is essentially your backyard. Westline Condos offers the best of both worlds. You no longer have to compromise. You've got convenient urban living directly next door to acres upon acres of nature and recreation. Now that we know all the pieces of the puzzle, there's simply no better story or better opportunity than Westline. Again, let's recap the key selling points. First, starting with the fact that the future is Downsview. Why? Because we've got vital infrastructure in the Shepherd Subway and GO train. As part of the GTA's largest master plan ever, the potential is endless. And I love the story about how we're just so close to York University, home to 55,000 students. But more than anything, as a backyard, you've got 291 acres in Downsview Park. The team here at CentreCourt couldn't be more excited to bring you yet another exciting project. With 424 incredible opportunities here at Westline, over 14 stories, we've got a site that's fully zoned, so you don't have to worry about that with CentreCourt. We'll be ready in 2025, and for those of you that are curious, we've got great suites from 1-bedrooms to 3-bedroom designs with over 12,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor amenities. We put a lot of thought into our amenities with the users in mind, and it starts off here at Westline with a grand lobby, followed by a 24-hour fitness facility that's got a unique bouldering wall, as well as a rooftop amenity programming that has indoor and outdoor space, not to mention so much more. As you can see here, whether you're a single, a couple, or a family, we've got you covered.